So in the last video, we went over doing a section view. I want to do the same for a floor plan view. So I'm going to go up here to my front 3D, and just so I can see the whole building. But this time, instead of doing a section from the side, we want to do one from the top. And with the doing a section from the top, we're going to do the same thing, section plane. But you notice when we go to our roof, it's showing the roof on an angle. Sometimes we can click the top peak and it'll allow us to go blue. But we could also pick something like this floor down here, or the floor inside the garage, and use that as a bearing. And we'll call this we'll call this second floor. And what I'm going to do now is same thing we did before, but I'm going to move this section plane up so we're in our second floor, like so. And so there we go. We can see our second floor. Do I have any other? No. Okay, that's in a good spot. So we got our second floor there. Now what we want to do is we want to click on our section, go up to entity info, change that to our annotation sections, and then let's set up our view here. So let's go find our top view right here. Let's zoom in on that top view. Let's click the plus button, create scene, and we'll call this scene our second floor. And actually, I think I'll write it with the word second floor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this parallel. And the reason why I'm calling it parallel is there's a different ways to actually show a view. So if we go to our scene here, our second floor parallel, wherever that is, second floor parallel. The first thing is we are actually looking at this in 3D. And so we can update this to be more two-dimensional. So if we go up here to camera, we go to parallel projection. It looks more like a CAD drawing of a floor plan, right? It's two-dimensional, just looking from above. And so we can right-click on the second floor parallel, click Update Scene, update that. Let's go to our tags here. Let's turn off our annotation section tag. We'll update that. And then again, with these views, we can change the different face style. We can change the edge style. So I might go to Shaded with Textures. The edge style, showing back edges is kind of cool here because it shows the footings, but maybe that's not something that you want, so we can turn that off. But you have some options in how to show that. So now that you've set that up, again, the same technique, we can go up to File, Export, and export this view. But before I do that, I'm going to make this a hidden line view. And let's go to File, Export, 2D Graphic, and we'll call this our second floor. _1203, and there we go, we've got an image. So that's how to set up some different scenes for some different objects. And so you can set them up in different places. You can set them up on the interior. So if you want a view, which you will, of something on your interior, you want to set up a view for that. For interior views, you probably want the camera to be at 2-point perspective. It just makes them look a little better. Update that scene. And then you can adjust that camera. So if you want to adjust the view a little bit, you can do that. If you're struggling with being able to see inside very well, here's a little trick that you can do. We can add a section plane to this face, and we can just move it in slightly, like so. And we can go back to our scene here, like this. We can find something like this, and then we can go to update this scene. And then we can go back here, and I can apply this in our entity info to our annotation section. And now this gives you a little bit more control over your interior views, just by adjusting that section and having that section so that it makes the wall behind disappear and you can get your camera where you want it to go.